on-chain data shows that Bitcoin miners have been selling recently, but this quant has argued that this sell-off shouldn't have much impact on the market. The Federal Reserve will hold its first interest rate meeting of 2024, and the finance market expects an increase. Bitcoin's recent price action reflects these expectations, which historically caused Bitcoin to drop in values. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and let's start. Starting off, the New York Community Bancorp is dropping, and it's a flight to quality kind of day. Got Bitcoin, and you probably should. Next up, breaking news: value of BlackRock's Bitcoin holdings passes $2.4 billion. Also, counterfeiting fiat is not complicated. Counterfeiting Bitcoin is impossible. And looking at this video over here, you can understand how easy money being printed, how easy it is going to be printed, and as well as it will be easy to counterfeit it, while the Bitcoin is only at $21 million. 21 million tokens valued at the most. Next up, Rich Dad Poor Dad author: Bitcoin is protecting against the theft of our wealth via our money. That is why I save in Bitcoin, not stocks and fake dollars. Also, Bitcoin's long-term bull run for investors, and here we could see the possible bull run that is starting right now, comparing to what we had before. As the first one bull run, we started to 1K, then it dropped back to $150, made us start for a bull run. Bull run started to 19,000 at a $1,000 price that we had over here on the previous bull run high. Then we dropped to 3K, got back to around 14, 15,000 and 19,000. And got up back to the 19,000 and above, as well as breaking down to the 15,000. I guess it's 69,000 over here. Broke down to 50,000 price, and now back to around the 42, 43,000, showing us a sign for a new bull run up to 300K and even more. So next up, what do we have here? 21 Shares president says that spot Bitcoin ETF is one of the best ETF launches of all time, and we already know that is massive. Just in, according to Tether latest Q4 attestation, the company holds $2.8 billion worth of Bitcoin on its balance sheet, and this is just the start, as well as the US Treasury bills $63 billion, overnight reserve repurchase agreements $9.3 billion, and the rest of others, as well as subtotal is at $82 trillion, and the total is at $97 trillion holding, and that's massive. Nearly 3 years ago, Chinese economist Ku Kuan states if Bitcoin becomes the primary currency, we're all going to die. Death spiral of deflation, jobs will wither away, society will self-explode. Price then 36,000, price today 43,000. I've never been more bullish about it. Bitcoin is still in the lower band of the log channel. The derivative of the global liquidity is still very low. Says, why should they print more money? Fam, as a macroeconomist, I have told you many times, this is how modern society works. We are based on debt. Liquidity must be created, otherwise bankruptcy. Nations go bust. And US national debt 34 trillion versus US GDP 27 trillion. Better started printer, fam. Bitcoin will be your hedge against the money printer, aka inflation. The best altcoin will outperform. Choose wisely. As FOM see today, be careful with your trades. This is the market's excuse to wreck you. Bitcoin has been rising for over 1 year now. It's even up 5 months in a row since its last pause, and yet there are still some bozos who believe we're not in an uptrend. Even worse, many of them are still waiting for 12K. Waiting for 20,000 is dumb today too. 30K is fast approaching being dumb, and soon 40K will be dumb. As what these bozos don't realize is that the number of people who have missed life-changing wealth waiting for lower prices in Bitcoin is exponentially bigger than the number of which has benefited from it. But this will forever be the case, as the best approach is a non-weight approach. Start where you are today, commit to a weekly or bi-weekly amount of funds that you don't need. Read one or more of the books I recommended, forget the news, ignore the noise, and every now and again whisper to your loved one these words. I'm working on your life, but you'll never be the same, you'll see. Have some friggin' patience and stick to the plan. When you're in doubt, if you have moments of weakness, I want you to go here and grab a few clips to listen, as if you want to, just go ahead to this person's official Twitter. Also, we are still in a greed right now on the Bitcoin. Fear and Greed Index shows that we're 60% in a greed mode. More than $1 billion in Bitcoin long positions will be liquidated if Bitcoin hits 39,500. Be warned, it's just a matter of time. Reminder, most of the things you are stressed about won't matter in a few decades. Stress comes from reliving the past and fearing the future. Instead, make peace with your past, enjoy the present, build to make the future easier, study Bitcoin. Bitcoiners are some of the most optimistic people I've ever met. As expected, a whale swept liquidity just below the $44,000. There's a fresh liquidity sitting in the 53,000 area for another. Point of concern, 38,000 has been cleaned right out. In the event of another ugly dump, there's a very good chance we go lower, and basically that's what's going to happen. Bitcoin miner sell-off pauses negligible impact, Quant argues. So in a crypto quant quick take paused and analysts discussed the latest selling pressure that miners have been putting on the market, as the indicator of interest here is the miner reserve, which keeps track of the total amount of Bitcoin that the miners combined hold in their wallets right now. This metric can naturally provide information about the collective behavior of these chain validators, as generally the miners withdrew their coins from their reserve when they want to sell, so a declining indicator can potentially have bearish consensus for the asset. A rise in the metric, on the other hand, may be bullish for the cryptocurrency's price, as it suggests that miners as a whole are in accumulation mode at the moment. Now here's a chart that shows the trend in the Bitcoin miner reserve over the past year, and you can see at this one is Bitcoin miner reserve is based on all the miners here, 1.8 million tokens. As displayed in the above graph, the Bitcoin miner reserve has been on its way down since October, implying that his cohort has withdrawn a net amount of Bitcoin from their wallets during this period. This latest sell-off from the miners has recently been a topic in the community, with many speculating about the possible bearish impact arising from it. The quant has a different opinion on the matter, however, as the sell-off of Bitcoin reserves by miners, as discussed on X and various portals, is unfounded, explains the analyst. To back this claim, the quant has pointed out the exact numbers involved here. As before this selling started, the miner reserve had a value of around 1.8 million Bitcoin, following the decline that the indicator has witnessed since then, as the miners now hold about 1.8 million Bitcoins, as this represents a decrease of 12.7 thousand Bitcoin, which, although substantial on its own, and doesn't mean too large in the grand scheme of things, especially considering the size of the miner reserve itself. The minimum amount of Bitcoin sold has negligible impact in the market, notes the analyst. That's all the information we have on the Bitcoin so far, but there will be more, so don't forget to subscribe, like, and share for more daily updates. See you in the next one, and peace.